Welcome back. All right, Valentine's Day was Sunday. February 14th, we know, is all about love and happy couples, but today is all about the singles. It is actually Singles Awareness Day. And finding love is hard, but you add in the pandemic to all of it, and not only not being able to get out and socialize like we could a year ago, that makes it even harder if you're looking for romance. Well, Laurie Berzack with Carolina's Matchmaker joins us live this morning with 4 self-care tips for singles. And Laurie, I want to start with by saying that you're really going to share with us you don't really even need the relationship as we kick off the Singles Awareness Day, correct?
That's right. I think the most important relationship is the relationship that you have with yourself.
So where do we start with that? I mean, I think a lot of us may say, like, I think I take care of myself, but maybe we don't realize that we're not actually doing that. Where's a good place to start?
So I think the best place to start, honestly, is to become mindful. The way to do that is through meditation. It doesn't have to be that whole Zen thing that everybody thinks about with meditation. It can just simply be focusing on your breath, noticing the breath coming in and out of your body. And in that way, what happens is we become mindful of the ruminating thoughts versus our true self, our true nature. And that's when we realize that our self-talk is not who we really are. So that's what differentiates that, okay? And then you can plug into self-compassion. When you look at yourself in the mirror, don't ever say anything negative about yourself. If you do, like, stick up for yourself. Say, no, I'm not going to talk to myself that way. I deserve better than that, right? And so then, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes complete sense. Yeah, because I think we're our own worst enemy sometimes. That person in our head is the one that really is putting us down when we really do have so much to celebrate about ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. So you can talk about self-compassion, and then we can really start taking care of ourselves, our physical being, our vessels. And that includes good nutrition, that includes exercise, and that includes sleep. Sleep is so important that people ignore that. They think if I stay up, that's my self-care. If I stream Netflix, that's self-care. But what that's really doing is just trying to unplug from the brain. We don't have to do that. We can notice emotions coming into our bodies, we can acknowledge it, and then we can let it go. Things pass in and pass out rather quickly. So it's really important to be extremely mindful.
And so part of that mindfulness and focusing on fitness is just loving ourselves correctly with treating ourselves well, correct?
Exactly. And then after that, do some social activities. Think about other people. Plugging into empathy is a wonderful way to get out of our brains. I really just feel like being mindful and having that self-compassion and thinking about others is really the key to happiness.
Well, and I want to stay there for 1 second here because you talk about comparing yourself to others. I think one of my favorite quotes is comparison is the thief of joy. And so I think we all compare ourselves to others a lot more than we realize, and that steals that joy from us.
100%. It's so interesting you brought that up because I've been thinking about that quotation a lot lately, and it's coming up time and time again. You know, especially for our teenagers out there and people that are really stuck on social media and looking at Instagram and comparing our bodies and our physical being to other people. Just compare yourself to yourself. You know, that's all you have to do. And just say, how am I doing today? If I'm not doing well today, how can I sit quietly, focus on my breath, get centered? And what that does is you become much more intuitive, and it helps you find a partner. And that's what I always tell my coaching clients. And in fact, I'm focusing on that with my upcoming virtual boot camp for people that are getting online dating. Because if you're not in tune with who you are, you're not going to attract the right people. The more focused you are, the more intuitive you are, the more you will bring people in that are the same as you. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we love ourselves before we can give it away, right? So, Laurie, I want to finish there. We saw that 4th point was to plan that virtual social activity. And you've got some ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually have an event coming up at the end of the month. It's a cooking class, so you can check that out on my website, where we're going to be interacting with virtual people. I've got my Singles in the Carolinas Facebook group. You can check that out. And that's a virtual community where you can make new friends and potentially romance. I've got at least one relationship out of that. And just call up a college friend, call up a friend that you haven't seen in a while and get in front of them by Zoom. There's so many good things you can do virtually that can really sort of satisfy that heart space.
All good stuff. Laurie Berzack, thank you so much of Carolina's Matchmakers. If you want to learn more about Laurie, we've made it easy. We've actually put a link on the story that our own John Carter did for Carolina Camera on the QC Life website. Just go to wbtv.com/QC Life, and you'll get all the good links to Laurie as well. Laurie, thank you again for your time today.
Thank you.